Hey, hey, welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar. Now, guys, if you can't hear me... Oh, shit, the game audio is up way too loud, isn't it? Just realized the game audio is up ultra loud. Just going to have to turn that down a bit. Console audio, game audio, where are we at? 15 for you guys? Nope. I go live on you now first. Sweet. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Was just getting the audio ready. Anyway, I've been working on getting my controller working with the app, so that it just works fine. Whoa! Oh, thanks, Max. I was like, what was that noise? What was that noise? Now I know. It was everything. Thank you very much, Max. That was cool as. Need a refresh. Thanks, Max. Cool. Awesome. All right. Let's jump into Broken Sword. Shadow of the Templar. Yeah, probably wondering why the terrible director's cut artwork is there. Unfortunately, metadata scrapers and Twitch don't know that the original exists for some reason. So we've got my controller working. Let's see if this just works. Oh, I feel like I'm going to be using the mouse real quick. Why can't we hear George? Yeah, same. Options. Why can't I hear George? Hang on, return to launcher. Hold on, guys. We'll be right there. Global options. Oh my God. Text and speech. We want speech. Let's go through the rest of this. Backend. Getting these old games working on modern computers is a nightmare. Especially for recording purposes. It is not fun. Graphics. Okay. All right. So, apply. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to jump back in there again and just see if the bro George actually talks this time. Okay. You probably got the 2 crowns by... oh, the second crown's ours, right?
The sign on the door read 21.
Wait. I see. Hold on, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm letting the whole team down. But we're just going to go right back to return. We're going to go global options. And was there a setting for both? Both. Apply. That's why we're not getting text and speech at the same time. Because it's not set to bloody render both. Okay, we're here now. We're here. Nanny calls turned up, everything's working now. Very sorry, guys, we're now on track.
The sign on the door read 21.
21, eh? Oh, thank you, Nanny calls.
It was a key ring bearing one large brass key and a tag which read Hotel Ubu.
You can't hear him? Is the game too quiet? Is the piano piece too loud? You got to remember, I can't hear what you're hearing, guys. I need more information than I can't hear him. Oh, actually, no, I've got a way better idea. There we go. I'll turn all the speech up. Done. We make a great team, guys. The music is louder than him now, apparently. Cool. So changing that setting broke it. Real happy about that. Very happy. We're all happy about that. Anyway, we're going to just go to return to launcher. Return to launcher. Audio. Volume. Okay. We're going to put the speech at the highest. Okay. 256. Holy shit. That's amazing. All right, guys. We're going to try and see if this is just working properly now. And playing it with the controller is working. I'm very happy about that. Mapping that was not fun. Well, it's a literal computer limitation for 8-bit CPUs. They cannot go higher than the 256 byte integer. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The sign on the door read 21.
So let's try that one more time.
The sign on the door read 21.
Okay, how is the music now? Is George louder than the music for you guys?
The sign on the door read 21.
Good. Okay, so I need to change it in the emulator, not the game. I found out, don't touch the settings in the game, it will break. Okay. No, it's not the screen. That wasn't the issue for her, Mac. That wasn't the issue. We went on a different screen. This screen was problematic. But everything's fine. We good. We good. Anyway, Hotel Ubu, is this the room 21?
It was a key ring bearing one large brass key and a tag which read Hotel Ubu. The door was locked. Maybe it wasn't the right room, but this was the right key.
Yo, playing this with a controller feels strange.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
Mahogany.
There was nothing in the wardrobe apart from a vague, lingering smell of camphor.
Unfortunately,
door was locked.
Unfortunately, George doesn't see it the same way you do. Let's go. Let's go inside. Wait.
A cabinet stood beside the bed.
So I've mapped left click to L1 and right click to R1. Circle takes us to the game, the internal main menu.
The cabinet was empty, but it smelled of onions. No kidding, it really did.
Oh no, I always check everything. It was a lamp.
It was a massive mahogany wardrobe.
Cool. It's just a mahogany wardrobe.
The window looked out over a narrow alley surrounded by high walls.
We're going to experience every line of dialogue we can in this game, boys and girls.
The window looked out over a narrow alley surrounded by high walls.
Yo, shit is getting lit, guys. Well, there is some foreboding music. I don't know if you guys heard that.
The cabinet had no drawers, just a single door. The assassin had been too smart to leave incriminating evidence beside his bed.
Looked in it anyway. Knew that would be the outcome. Had a quick gaze anyway.
The bed was several times larger than the narrow cot I'd been given at the place I was staying. The bed was freshly made, and the crisp white sheets told me nothing about the killer's habits. The closet was a solid, impressive piece of antique furniture. It was the battered leather briefcase I'd seen Plantar carrying just before he died. I searched the interior of the briefcase, but as I'd half expected, it was empty. The closet was a solid... The pants were newly laundered and pressed with immaculate creases. There was nothing in the pockets of the pants. There was no...
Just got them fixed by Dodrik. I just fixed the pants.
I had the kind of feeling in my stomach that would usually send me running to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. If you've checked it, he automatically hops inside. Mr. Stubart. Because imagine if you've seen here, he'd have been dead as fuck. Like, oh, I am so excited for the remake, man. Yeah, right?
The pants matched the jacket which the killer had lost in Paris. I couldn't believe my luck when I found two items in the pockets of the pants. The first was an ordinary matchbook. No matches, no clues. The second was a pass card which read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. It was the card I'd found in the hotel bedroom. It read, Thomas Merlin, Gruber Electronics Corporation. The matchbook bore a pattern of swirling color and the words, Club Alamut.
I thought you didn't pronounce the T. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some heathen. All right, let's go. Did you get what you're looking for, George? Actually, hang on. What's happening in this house? Knock on the door, George.
The door was locked.
Oh, man. There should have been some funny interaction. What are you doing here? Can't you see I am having a sixes? I'm sorry. You Americans. Let's call Nico, eh? Hi, Nico. Oh, sure.
Bonjour, couleur.
Hi, it's George. I have the address of the killer's hotel.
If you're going to pay him a visit, take care. Remember, that guy's a professional.
Thanks. I'll be fine.
He was so nonchalant. Thanks. I'll be fine. That is a video game character's response to a situation.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
I found this pass in Merlin's room.
So, that deceitful little man is passing himself off as an electrician, is he?
Uh-huh. This guy probably has a million faces. I found this matchbook in Merlin's bedroom.
It came from the Club Alamut. It might be useful to find out if that club is in Paris, George.
Yo, she's clued in, man.
I have to go, ma'am. The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
She does indeed. I've always loved that character.
What now, monsieur?
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats. Does this pass mean anything to you?
That is Monsieur Merlin's property.
That's right. Merlin the murderer. I want to see what he's left in your safe.
Impossible. I cannot betray his confidence, no matter what you say he's done.
You're making a big mistake.
Maybe I can live with that.
Well.
Thanks for your help, buddy. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
You know what? I wish the PS1 versions of Broken Sword 1 and 2 were available on PlayStation 4 and 5. Because they've got a PS1 emulator. Give me Broken Sword 1 and 2 on my PS4 and my PS5. What? How do I talk to her about it?
Would you like to keep Merlin's pass as a memento?
No, darling. My broken heart is reminder enough.
I showed the pass to the clerk, hoping he'd give me Merlin's papers, but he wouldn't buy it. He's too scared.
I'll give him something
What?
to be scared of.
George just made some shit up.
George.
He's too scared. Come with me, George. What's her name? Lady Belmont, eh?
Did you place a package from Merlin in the hotel safe?
I did, madame.
And did my friend here show you Merlin's identification?
Indeed he did, but
What's the problem?
he isn't Merlin.
A mere academic detail. Give
Oh,
him the
Piermont. Thank you.
But that is against the law.
package. I happen to be a justice of the peace, you silly man. I am the law. If he tries anything, shoot him, George.
My pleasure, Lady Piermont.
One moment, please.
I love how he sachets away. You sashay away, Click.
You know, I haven't enjoyed myself this much since Greenham Common.
I don't know what I would have done without you, Lady Piermont.
Nothing. You would have achieved
Voilà,
nothing.
monsieur. Le manuscrit de Monsieur Merlin.
Thanks.
How satisfying. An Anglo-American alliance that actually worked.
The clerk had
Perfect.
given me a tightly rolled sheet of parchment. I decided not to unroll it until I was safely back in Nico's apartment.
Hey, Skelly. Thanks, man. Nakokula Jacques.
Bonjour, couleur.
Thanks, Max.
Hi, it's George. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Hey, I've got something awesome to show you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
A surprise.
Oh, I don't like mysteries, George.
I can't tell you just now, but I'll come show you soon.
This sounded sexual AF, I must say. Alright, let's go upstairs. Actually, no, we're not going to go upstairs. I'm also here for it. Okay, cool. So we're going to do one of the bad endings because when I was a small wee child, this is what first ever happened. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out what to do for days. We didn't have access to the internet. So it took me a wee bit.
Just a minute, monsieur.
This is one of the
What's your
bad
problem?
endings.
No problem. If you cooperate.
What do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Is this what you're after, Guido?
See, that's it.
I can explain everything. Well, almost everything.
Too late. You're on your way to feed the fishes.
I'm allergic to fish. I break out in blotches when I eat tuna.
Let's go.
This fucking dark, man. Holy shit. Oh, awesome. So, and do you know what sucked? I hadn't saved since I think the costume shop. So that was fucking fun. So,
It was the ancient manuscript which Khan had stolen from Plantow.
do you know what? I think autosaving has made gaming shit. That's my actual honest opinion. Like, not having to earn a save has kind of made gaming like a wee bit like lame. So I love games that like throw it back, like Dark Souls, where like to save you've got to get to a bonfire. I mean, it essentially saves your current like position, but like a bonfire is like the safe haven.
I knew this was no way to treat an ancient manuscript, but I couldn't let it fall into the hands of the goons waiting outside.
Yeah, that shit's real cool when they turn it off. And you can turn it off. But yeah. No, it's my computer keeps disconnecting from my router and I don't understand why that happens. Like, I really don't get it. I do not know why my computer keeps disconnecting from my router and it's just my computer. Yeah, so it wasn't OBS's fault. My computer disconnected from my router and it's driving me insane. Anyway, we're back. I suppose a best of both worlds, right? Let me turn that shit off.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, George. What can I do for you now?
Oh, I should have talked to her about the manuscript when I had it. Never mind.
I have to go, ma'am.
Sorry, guys. My apologies, A's. I made my own Kranskis
Just a
tonight,
minute, monsieur.
so no filler.
What's your
Just
problem?
like pure carnival
problem.
Kranskis,
Eat,
and it was
cooperate.
What do you
phenomenal.
want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What? I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
Get off that bit crushed wind blowing. Yeah, I can hear that bit crushed wind.
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were going to be disappointed. I couldn't wait to get back to Nico's apartment and check it out.
Like a kid, eh? I can't wait.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
Nico just being ruthless.
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it
I
in the
must
safe
now
at the
stand
U-boot.
up.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantark?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
Oh yeah, maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I can't remember.
Their official seal was an image of two knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected
See, I
to the
think
Templars.
Max helped.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades. This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth.
Yeah.
Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and
In real life law,
tyranny.
too.
Of course, at the end of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive. But the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping. Think about it, George. One guy's already died for it, as you said yourself. Besides, that parchment is fragile.
Okay, I'm convinced. You keep hold of it.
This conversation right here made me really distrust Nico. And stuff like that is why I don't like the director's cut, because the director's cut is like straight up Nico's the good guy. I'm like, what the fuck? You've ruined you've ruined the whole mystique. Like if somebody's new to the franchise, the mystique of Nicoculad's just gone. It's just disappeared. That's why I hate the director's cut. I was just like, you've fucking ruined it.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it? A credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him or the company.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room. It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No, what were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue, a name or an address.
This was a movie.
That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh well, I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Yeah, right? There's something that happens later on in the game, and I was like, oh shit, I instantly don't trust Nico. Like, fully, she's lost my trust. And then it's revealed I was wrong, and I'm like, oh, this is great.
I found Plantow's briefcase in the killer's hotel room. It was empty, of course. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana Jones?
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies.
Roger
His
Lobino.
name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the Kroon Museum. I'll give you the address.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it was the bottom half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod. There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover? It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy. Tell me that again.
Through my teachings, you will be
There you
enlightened.
go, Max. He's a lawyer.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said, mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
indeed.
She made me cry so much when I was a kid, Mom carried me out of the movie theater.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid. I didn't like the crocodile in Peter Pan either. Maybe I'll check out the Kroon Museum.
I'm sure you'll find it useful, George.
I didn't think this would be really that comfortable to play when I mapped the keyboard to this, but that's great. Okay, I have to do this. Every time I see her, I used to always do this. Yeah, bro, it feels real good. I actually took the old bird.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, but I can tell you one thing. There's no such place as the Club Alamut in Paris.
That's actually helpful.
Can you tell me anything about this security pass?
I can tell it doesn't belong to you.
How come?
Give me some credit. If you're an electrician, I'll eat my antirrhinums.
You're a remarkably talented lady. See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
Yeah. So I built up the PS1 version of this, and it's pretty bit crushed. Like, it was definitely like, you're going to be playing this on the CRT TV. Café del Chandelier Voté. Okay, before we go, we're going to go to the police station.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur? Where is the victim?
I'm the victim. I've been harassed by a pair of thugs.
I see. And where did this alleged assault take place?
Outside the Hotel Ubu. They stopped me as I was leaving and went through my pockets.
Could you describe the suspects, monsieur?
One looked like a gorilla, and the other looked like a weasel. Their names are Flap and Guido.
Bon. I'll get them this time.
What are you going to do about Flap and Guido, Sergeant?
I'm going to bust them, monsieur. For years I have been hoping to pin something on that pair. Now's my chance. I'll show them. And the inspector.
Thanks, Sergeant. Thanks for taking me seriously.
I'm only doing my duty, monsieur.
That was a really wholesome exchange.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you, Sergeant?
Nothing, monsieur.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you, Sergeant?
That's a double-line Swedish with a crosshatch Bergman strike strip. Now, that's unusual. Pre-war Anderson hinging.
Really?
I haven't seen a reinforced Anderson outside of a private collection.
It's rare, then?
In this part of the world, yes. There are only 3 places these are made. Taiwan, Manila, and Slough.
What the fuck? Okay, that was really cool.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur.
That was actually real cool.
It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
I mean, he dropped the case immediately after he was asked to, right?
What now, monsieur?
Do you know a pair of thugs called Flap and Guido?
I have known those two since they graduated from special school. Flap is a nasty piece of work, but Guido is the real brains of the partnership. Where did you hear of them?
I met them out front of the Hotel Ubu.
Oh, really? That's all you're going to say? Is it because Moo's already going to handle it?
Does the name Thomas Merlin mean anything to you?
No, monsieur, nothing.
It's another one of the assumed names used by the killer.
Ah, the famous killer clown case.
Yeah. You might have forgotten all about it, but I still aim to find that guy. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, monsieur. I suggest you ask Sergeant Moo about that.
Wow.
God only knows why, but he collects
Likes
matchbooks.
matchbooks.
He claims it is a hobby.
Far out. That is
So
cool.
long, Inspector.
Café de Chandelier Voté. That's new. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Like stuff he's back. Like I've been playing this game for like 20 years. Maybe more?
Hi.
Actually, they're definitely
You're
more.
the guy who gave me the tip, aren't you?
Huh?
The racehorse. Salah-ed-Din.
Oh, yeah, but
I put every franc I had on that horse.
listen,
My lifetime savings, next month's rent, everything.
Oh, God.
She won by 3 lengths. I'm a rich man.
Call me Lucky George, the punter's friend. So how come you're still here?
I'm not going to let my newfound wealth change me, not one bit. I bought this hole, fittings and all. Now I can come and go as I please. No more clocking on or completion schedules. No foreman breathing down my neck. Thanks to you, I've found paradise.
I'm getting a mushy feeling in my chest. But not half as mushy as your head.
What do you want now?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I don't.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
No, nothing.
I borrowed this tool from you while you were gone.
Keep it. I can afford to buy a new set now.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
gotta go.
100%.
Don't let me keep you.
Okay, Muse Grün.
Through the grimy glass, I could see several large shapes in a gloomy room. What they were, I couldn't imagine. I considered smashing my fist through the pane, wrenching open the window, and vaulting triumphantly into the building. Then I thought, no, that's dumb. Besides, I might get hurt.
Perfect. Yeah, it sure is, Megs.
It was an ancient Egyptian sarcophagus with a beautifully painted effigy of its owner on the lid.
100%.
Leave it alone. That closet is over 3,000 years old.
Closet?
Closet? It's a sarcophagus. The totem pole looked.
You know what's my favorite thing
distinctly out
about
of
this
place in
game?
the setting of
How
the
does
museum.
every French person know French?
The totem pole looked distinct.
What? Watch out! You will have that done on top of us!
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript. A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited. The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript. I looked down at a collection of tools with wooden handles and tarnished metal blades. There were knives, chisels, and spikes fanned out in a semicircle. I guess there's always been a need for home improvement. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked.
George, are you straight up 100% a kleptomaniac?
The case contained 2 rows of silver coins. Each coin on the lower row showed a portrait of a guy with a huge nose.
Yes, they're probably Roman.
I tried to raise the glass cover of the case, but it didn't budge.
How are these not alarmed?
The case contained some fragments of pottery. They looked to me like broken flower pots. Above them, a sign read, L'Age Paléolithique.
Oh, the
I tried
Paleolithic
to
age.
sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked.
He spun around. What the fuck are you doing, monsieur?
The case contained a collection of rocks. They were all shapes and colors, but they were still rocks. Above them, a sign read, L'Age Paléolithique. I tried to sneak my hand inside while the guard wasn't looking, but the case was locked. The attendant had an air of self-importance and the kind of steely eyes that never seemed to blink. Pardon me,
Oui, monsieur?
are you Lobineau?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the
The deputy custodian.
But Lobineau does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
What can you tell me about the collection of pottery?
Those are remains of pots used by the original inhabitants of Paris. The Paris pot people.
When did they move out?
15,000 years ago, monsieur. Vanished in the mists of time. Didn't even have time to pack up their pots.
I thought the original inhabitants of Paris were a tribe known as the Parisi.
That is right, monsieur. Renowned for their pots. You see, in those days, people didn't have much in the way of possessions. A few flints, some animal skins, maybe the odd bone or two. Naturally, when the Parisi came along with their pots, why, everybody wanted one.
I guess they must have caused a kind of consumer frenzy.
Ah oui, they connected the market, cleaned up.
You don't know the first thing about those pots, do you?
No, monsieur.
What can you tell me about the collection of coins?
A rare example of silver coinage from the reign of Philippe le Bel. That little old lay buried for centuries in a field on the outskirts of Paris. They're unique. Nothing like them has been found anywhere else in Europe.
Who was Philippe le Bel?
You don't know? Philippe IV, the King of France.
Wasn't he the guy who wiped out the Knights Templar?
I have no idea, monsieur. All I know is he was King of France. I don't even know why he was called Philippe le Bel.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to park the... No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobineau.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
You don't know anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet.
Yeah, but now I feel sorry for him.
19 letters of it. The bottom row of the chart was too small even for him to read, so he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think if I studied hard and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
Yeah.
At your age? Dream on.
Oh, George, hey, that's ruthless, bro.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod,
Yeah.
that belonged to John D.
Wait, really? The original James Bond?
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
Well, whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
Yeah, he was the original 007, John Dee.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we
right.
skipped over thaumatology.
Was that Nathan Drake? Hang on. On the... Yeah, 007. Yeah, he was the first 007. And then bloody old, what's his name? What's his name? Ian Fleming was like, hey, James Bond's the new 007.
Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
How is the alarm bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on...
I'm not saying I'm gonna steal it, but if I was gonna steal it...
wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Have you ever heard of the Club Alamut?
Oh no, I don't frequent places like that.
Yeah.
What does this tool mean to you?
That belongs in a museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers. Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not. Do you recognize this red nose?
I don't think so.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Thanks for your help.
Okay, let's save. That was quite the old deal. Sweet, let's go back to Nico's. Nico Coulard, Jacques. Nico. With George.
The tripod was definitely the one on the manuscript. The Templar connection confirmed it. I was tempted to go to Ireland to check it out.
I love the music that plays when you figure shit out. You figured it out. Yeah, there's definitely ending credits music, hey? Wait, just go straight to the airport? I think I'll go to Rougerie first. Just Tokyo drift straight to Ireland. Nico, I don't know where the fuck I'm going, but I'm in Ireland. George, why did you not come talk to me? Why the fuck are you in Ireland? Nico, it's hard to explain.
Hi, George.
Where's Andre?
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
Yo, she's been doing heaps of research. Or George almost dies all the time. Ah, oh, bro, don't sit on the
Popular
table.
gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Ruthless. George.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
Yeah, right.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University
Wait, George can read French? Holy shit, is George speaking French?
But he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program.
Yeah, so it probably would be more accurate.
This site at Loch Marne must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Pegram's Dam is important, why don't you visit Loch Marne?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
What? Did you just ask that?
What do you know about Professor Pegram?
I've seen a television program, Pegram's Past. He's written a book, The Crusader Families of Ireland.
I'll bet he'd be interested in the manuscript. Let's take another look at the manuscript.
I'll point at the tripod and then leave.
That's the tripod in the Crew Museum. I'll see you later.
Okay. Keep me informed if you find anything new.
In the next episode, George goes to Ireland. Bro, I would love to do an animated series. Yeah. I would, if I had the money, I would do an animated series so badly. And of the whole series, like all the games. Season 1, Season 2. Bring all the actors that are still with us back. Get sound-alikes for the people who have passed on. Bro. I'm going to go to the Musée Kroon one more time. Let's see if Andre's here now. He is not. We're going to Ireland, fam. I forgot how to make him appear. I think you have to do things in a certain way, and then Andre will actually appear this early in the game. Oh shit, I better save, eh? Bro. Oh, and for sure it'd be animated. And it'd be like the BF1 style the whole way. Obviously clothes, George and Nico will wear their clothes from the respective games, but BF1 art style, just BF art, like Broken Sword 1 art style with money would be sick. I love that the bus is pre-rendered, the CG. Hey, it was easier to animate, right?
Several hours later, I arrived in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. I'd been lucky to get a bus from Dublin to the tiny village of Loch Marne. On the way out, the driver told me there was only one service a day. The menu was limited. It read, "No food today." I didn't care. I'd lost my appetite somewhere over the Irish Sea.
What?
It was a trap door in the sidewalk. I tugged at the trap door, but it was locked from the inside. It was a featureless plastic box firmly attached to the wall of the building. I tugged at the plastic cover, but it didn't move. The lad was doing his best to express his adolescent aggression. His effort was somewhat diminished by the fringe of milk on his lightly feathered upper lip. Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Rosso's the name. Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool.
Oh, I don't know why I just lied.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I. See what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year. What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
Oh, all right.
Gotcha. Neat, huh?
Didn't feel a thing.
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. That gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding. Take a look at this, McGuire.
It's an ID card. What of it?
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin or the Gruber Electronics Corporation?
No.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seen him.
I never seen him.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's a clown's nose. I was almost killed by the guy who wore it.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample.
Yeah,
of
100%.
Yuck. I don't think so.
Yeah, 100%. In the modern time, there's no way George is declaring a T-tool.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No, only...
What?
Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh. There's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Lochmarn.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was
Only worst.
from inside the castle.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
What?
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, because he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
In the films. So that pronunciation is real interesting because that's a very, very Irish. I've actually heard a lot of Irish people say films that way, films.
Do you know anything about Pegram's dig?
He wouldn't let me anywhere near it. I offered to help, but he chased me off. I didn't want to see his smelly old hole anyhow.
Yeah, my favourite is genuinely. They say genuinely. I think it's kind of cute.
Did anyone from the village work at the dig?
Pegram brought some students and bums with him. He reckoned no one in Lochmarn would know what to look for. The only local guy who worked for him was Sean Fitzgerald.
What does this Fitzgerald guy look like?
Big head, big ears, and face irons.
What?
You know, spectacles, glasses. He's blind as a bat without him.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
The workman's key was the obvious tool to use to open this trapdoor. It was specifically designed for a job like this. Unfortunately, there weren't any holes in the trapdoor.
Yeah, I love the fiddlers just going hard.
He wasn't listening. The guy with the fiddle seemed oblivious to everything except his playing. Meanwhile, everyone else in the bar seemed oblivious to him.
Yeah, 100%. No, George. No.
As the man raised his arm to drink, I snatched the towel away.
Come on, Joe bastard.
I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses. Hi there, old-timer. What? Nasty cold you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Why the fuck is he asking that?
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
That is the most realistic response in the game.
Can you identify this tool?
No.
Take a look at this ID card.
Take a look. Oh, yes. Little plastic picture.
I don't suppose it means anything to you, does it?
No.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Is that supposed to be you?
No, I don't have a scar on my face and I'm not from the Middle East.
I can't tell without me glasses.
What does this red nose mean to you?
I suppose you're collecting for charity.
No, I'm not. I want to know if you've seen someone wearing a nose like this.
No, I haven't.
Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure, but I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
What does that mean?
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochbarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's
The
no one
public.
around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
I told you, I never heard of him.
I'm looking for Sean Fitzgerald. Have you seen him?
Never heard of him.
Don't you come from around here?
None of your business. I didn't ask where you come from, did I?
I'm from California.
That's your problem.
I think it's the dishwasher.
Were you aware that Pegram was conducting an archaeological dig?
I don't meddle in other people's affairs. They don't interest me.
Okay, so I've got a few things. Sean Fitzgerald is clearly sitting right there. How does that guy not know where he is? Also, why is he here if he doesn't drink what O'Leary sells? What is he drinking right now?
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
Skunk? In Lochbarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochbarn.
Oh.
I'll see you later. There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, nobody home. It was impossible
Yeah,
to
right,
tell if
exactly.
his
How is
state
George
was
not
due
sick?
to the beer or missing chromosomes. Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No. But you should show that to my granny. She could tell you fortune from it.
What?
From a soiled tissue?
Sure. Some people read tea leaves. My granny reads handkerchiefs.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
What do you make of this tool?
It's for lifting manhole covers.
That's right. I found it in Paris.
Well, you look at that. A French sewer key. Marvelous.
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
Don't be fooled. This is the face of a psychopathic killer.
No. Well, there's one in the eye for me and my men.
Oh, I wonder what that saying means. There's one in the eye for me and my mouth. Is it like a punch? Hey, Zahoni?
What does this false nose mean to you?
No, you're a clown.
No, not me.
Ha, you're a good one, aren't you? Did you hear that, Michael?
I hate clowns.
Listen to this fella. I hate clowns, says he. Isn't he just the funniest man you ever did see, Michael? He's not a clown, Doyle. He's not even remotely funny.
Thanks. What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
I found it on the bar under your elbow.
I thought it looked familiar.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He does joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellows yourself?
That's right. Professor
Oh,
Stobart.
I need to stop lying.
You're an archaeologist.
I thought you meant if I was the history buff.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Professor Pegram's discovery. Haven't you heard?
No.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons inflated with condoms, more likely.
Yo, hey, man. Hi there. That's awesome. Getting... Hey. If you want to see where the main action is happening there, Fano Welshman, this is where our main action actually is happening.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them
having a
put
good day?
together?
Is it true that Pegram found a valuable gem?
What? First I heard of it.
Where have you been, Pat?
That is you, Kevin.
That gem is the talk of every town from Lochmarn to Ballydoon.
Nobody told me. The lucky son. So that's why he's
I can never remember which the Reynolds brothers that is. I'm pretty sure it's Kevin. Yo.
Bye for now.
Hope you're having a good year so far,
in the
bro.
corner as if he was a permanent fixture. Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
Okay, how does this guy know?
Mr. O'Brien. I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
I'd rather not. You see, I happen to notice that vibrating buzzer in your palm.
Whoa!
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
Yeah,
How come you
100%.
know that?
I'm a man of the world, Mr. Stobart.
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
My favorite thing about setting up this as an input method is this.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
It's a clown's nose, isn't it? I haven't been to a circus since I was 10 years old. O'Donnelly and I walked all the way to Ballymore, 15 miles in our bare feet.
That's pretty cool. Yo. Kev, what games are you playing at the moment, bro?
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure, it's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
Just borrowing it, if you must know. What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Pegram thought otherwise, didn't he?
Ah, but it's not difficult to get them history boys excited, is it? Give them a bone to play with, and they're happy as puppies.
Was it Pegram who dug up the tripod at the castle?
The same man, if he wasn't his twin brother. And can you guess what he did with the tripod?
He sent it to a museum in Paris. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah? Yo, Octopath is like throws me back to the SNES era of JRPGs.
How can I get into the castle?
Gosh, the
Those
SNES era
walls
was
were
good.
built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmar. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
What makes you think he did?
The boy outside told me.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Goodbye for now. The white whiskers on the bartender's flushed face were like garlands on a Christmas tree. The resemblance ended there. The top of his head was too slick and shiny to act as a perch for a Christmas angel. Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Americans do put their foot in it like that when they travel, though. Oh, what did he say? Do I want a drink?
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the Undertaker comes to collect him.
Whoa, what? There's a dead guy upstairs?
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Oh, not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Oh, jeez. Do you
Well,
recognize
that's
this
like
matchbook?
extremely topical.
No, sir.
Here's something which might interest you.
Huh? Well, what is it?
My passport to the sewers of Paris.
Is that so? Did you see the snooker last night, Mr. O'Brien?
We haven't got a television, Michael.
I know that. Why is it, if you don't mind me asking?
If God had meant us to watch television, we'd all be like Doyle.
I take it no one wants to hear about my underground escapades.
I'd rather drink me own beer.
Does he know his beer sucks?
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
Only.
priest?
It's like the
A
fifth
man
time
with
he's been
law?
brought up.
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club.
Oh, thanks, Max.
According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
It's not Red Nose Day again, is it?
I don't know. But this is part of a clown's costume.
He's gone.
I know,
He's gone to that part of the world with.
Almighty.
So
What do you
there's a
take
charity
it
called
for?
Red Nose for all
And
of those
before you
watching who
ask,
don't know.
I haven't seen any clowns in the bar.
In like the Commonwealth, because we have it here too. I think it's fallen completely out of favor here though. It's still huge in the UK.
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
I see. His name is Ron.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive
Wait, so it's
character.
flat and warm.
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
Thanks for lurking, brother.
What can you tell me about the castle?
You're the second person to ask me that today. I don't know anything about the castle. It's only an old ruin anyway.
Gee, I wonder who the first person was.
Who else was asking about the castle?
He said he was a reporter. He was asking about the little people.
I could have told him a tale or two about the little people. He might have paid me to hear what he wanted me to say.
Anyway, I chucked him out on his arse.
Good for you, Mick. That's the way to deal with journalists.
Was it this guy?
Do you recognize this man?
You already asked me that.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
No, because I know there's an overdue debt here.
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
That's right. In the best room in the house.
That's the one with the bed.
Can I see Peagram's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
I'm looking for a man named Fitzgerald.
Fitzy? What's he done?
I believe he may have worked at Peagram's dig.
Sean Fitzgerald? Work? You got the wrong guy.
Thanks. I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy.
Okay, let's do a quick save. Almost time too.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
What?
I need to speak with you urgently.
What's the problem?
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
McGuire.
No.
What do you think this tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh, really? Well, you learn something every day.
Check out this pass.
Yeah. It's yours, is it?
Not exactly. Do you recognize the name?
Thomas Merlin? No, never heard of him.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, at least I don't think so.
Look closely. He has a scar on his face.
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
What does this red nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
Whoa.
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very observant, Fitzgerald.
Wow, yeah.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little ones fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
No.
See you later. The glass contained a dark liquid like molasses with a creamy white froth on the top.
Yo, the fact this whole game is fully voiced is just still fucking mind-blowing. Like, what was it, 1994? 1996?
Somehow, I'd managed to drink the thick, sweet brew. I felt strangely compelled to order another, even though my every instinct warned me against it.
I've never actually gotten George
Excuse
drunk.
Me? Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven.
There was just a whole lot of not answering the question.
Thanks. I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses. A rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last.
The fact every line's voiced as well. Like, that's crazy. That shit doesn't even happen now.
Somehow, I felt... Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Maybe the last
Hey, how about
one.
another drink?
See him again?
Do you serve cocktails?
I'll serve anyone with manners. And money.
No, I'm serious. Have you considered turning McDevitt's into a cocktail bar? Cocktails
I'm
are
actually
cheap,
getting wasted.
cool, and popular with younger drinkers.
What? Kids in the bar? Can you imagine it? Pinball, pimples, and puke.
Right, I get the picture. I'll settle for a glass of stout.
Okay, we're going to just drink this last one, then we're going to go back to Sean Fitzgerald, finish it up, and a big, huge climactic thing should have happened,
Thanks.
and then I'm going to call it a night and go to bed, because I am fucking tired. I've been dealing with a lot of pain this week. My tailbone is killing me, and I don't know why.
Somehow, I felt...
Thanks, Meg.
Hello.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
Where can I find Professor Pegram?
I heard he's gone fishing. I don't know where.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
McGuire says you did.
You don't believe that damned hooligan, do you?
Why not?
His probation officer could tell you a tale or two.
Okay, I just want
See
to get
you
one
later.
more thing for George. Yeah, he is nervous as, I'm just going to get George one more drink. I want to find out what else he has to say.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Because I've never actually gotten him pissed
More
any time I
beer
play
over
the
here.
game.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
And after this one, I'll get one more, and that'll be the end of it. It keeps playing a musical jingle every time I drink it. I wonder if there's like a secret like drinking counter. Like a hidden
Excuse
drinking
me?
counter.
Yes, sir?
More beer over here.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
No, there's no more. Wait, that's the end of that. Wait, I should have stopped.
Thanks.
3 really was the lucky number. I'm gonna sit back up.
Hello.
Have you heard about the gem which Pegram found?
I heard a rumor, but you can't believe everything you hear or see, can you?
As drunk as.
See you later. Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
Hey, is George paid for that beer?
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
I heard that Pegram had found a legendary gem.
That's right. It's been the talk of Lochman all week.
You haven't seen the gem, have you?
Hell no. I reckon Pegram made off with it. If I was him, I'd go to Amsterdam, chop it up and sell it. He could be living the life of Riley instead of digging holes.
Are you sure Fitzgerald worked at the dig?
Oh yes, it was him all right. Would I tell a lie?
Well, he denies it.
I saw them together only last night.
I wish you'd told me that sooner. What were they doing?
Pegram gave Fitzy a box. He didn't look too happy about it.
Well,
I knew it. But how am I going to persuade him to part with it?
Break his fingers.
No, I couldn't do that.
I could.
Thanks for the offer, kid, but I'll try a more subtle approach.
Chinese burns?
Do you know where I could find Fitzgerald?
He's inside, but you won't get no sense out of him.
How come? Is he drunk?
He's like a frightened rabbit. A real bag of nerves. Why, the fella's scared of his own shadow.
What's Fitzgerald scared of?
Everything and everyone.
So I shouldn't have any trouble getting him to talk.
He's a pushover, but don't scare him too much. Try the soft touch. Butter him up a bit.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister. Hello.
McGuire says he saw you working at the dig. What's more, he saw you talking with Pegram.
He's a little liar. He'll say anything to get attention.
Well, it's his word against yours, I guess. See you later.
oh shit! I'm an idiot. I really want to like just do this so that I can go to bed. When you go back inside, I've just realized what I need to do.
I recognized the guy from McGuire's description. He was real twitchy.
The box is right there. How do I interact with it?
Hello.
Sorry to bother you.
The box is right there. I can see it. George. Oh, okay. Hang on. To McGuire one more time. McGuire.
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
I grabbed the string off old Ron later. I don't grab the string off old Ron now. 'Cause I need old Ron's string because it's actually wired to fix a thing. But I might as well talk to people, and if I can't find anything, I'm just going to save it and go to bed. I'll have to figure it out next stream.
Hello again.
What?
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's. Rabbit, that's what gets my juices flowing.
Ah, so you're making snares to trap rabbits.
That's right. Do you have a problem with that?
Damn right I do. Isn't it painful?
Only if I get me fingers caught.
I'm talking about the rabbits. Do they feel much pain?
You bet.
Alright,
I'll
I'm
see you
pooped,
later.
guys. I need to go to bed. Alright, thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't worry, the next episode of Broken Sword is this Sunday. So we're not too far off. Oh, yeah, sorry guys. I'm just really tired and I want to go to bed. Do I have the instruction manual? Lame. That's pretty lame. Oh, whoa, that's cool. That's the original PC box. Making this was one of my favorite things I've ever done. It's so cool. Yeah, if I may. Okay. Alright, I'm going to bed, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an awesome everything. Alright, guys. Peace. I'm gonna go to bed.